Good morning and welcome to the CARE Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Herb. Today's episode is a bit longer, but if you stick around to the end, I promise it'll be one of the most meaningful lessons for leaders we've ever covered. Today's quote comes from one of the most influential educators and leader in American history. He said, "Few things can help an individual more than to place responsibility on him and let him know that you trust him." These words were spoken by Booker T. Washington. Booker T. was born into slavery in 1856, and he became one of the most prominent educators, authors, and advisors of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Washington founded the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama and believed deeply in the power of education, self-reliance, and personal responsibility. He understood something that every great coach, teacher, or leader knows. When you combine responsibility with trust, you unlock human potential in ways nothing else can. Now, let's dig into what it really means to empower others through responsibility and trust. Let's start with what this looks like in the sports world, where trust and responsibility can transform an entire team. Think about a coach who takes a struggling player and gives him or her a specific responsibility. Maybe it's being a team's defensive communicator, or taking charge of the pregame huddle. That player isn't just getting a role, they're getting a message. I believe you can handle this. I trust you with something important. I've seen this transformation happen countless times. A bench player gets responsibility for tracking an opponent's tendencies, and suddenly they're more engaged in practice, more focused during games. A young pitcher gets the responsibility of being a team leader. Their entire demeanor changes. They start carrying themselves differently. Someone believed in them enough to trust them with something meaningful. Here's what Washington understood that makes it so powerful. It's not just about giving someone a job. It's about coupling that job with a clear message that you trust them. The responsibility gives them purpose. The trust gives them confidence. Together, they create growth that neither could achieve alone. Now, let's talk about the mental game, because this is where trust and responsibility do their deepest work. There's a difference in telling someone you're great and telling them, I'm counting on you to handle this. The first one might feel good temporarily, but the second one actually builds their self-concept. When you give someone responsibility and express trust in them, you're not just helping them perform better, you're helping them see themselves differently. Booker T. Washington lived this principle. Despite being born into slavery, he became one of the most influential leaders of his era because people saw his potential and trusted him with increasing levels of responsibility. He then applied this same principle in his own leadership style. He was always looking for ways to develop others by giving them meaningful roles and expressing his confidence in their abilities. This is why micromanagement kills potential. When you hover over someone, checking their every move, you're sending the message that you don't trust them. But when you give clear expectations, provide resources, then step back, that's when people rise to meet your confidence in them. Let's expand this even further. This principle transformed relationships in every area of life. Washington built Tuskegee Institute on this foundation. He didn't just teach students skills. He gave them responsibility for their own education. And the success of the institution, students weren't just learning, they were trusted partners in building something special. That sense of ownership and trust produced graduates who went on to lead and build throughout the country. In business, the best leaders I know use this principle constantly. They identify people with potential, give them stretch assignments, and make it clear they believe in their ability to succeed. Not everyone rises to the occasion, but the ones who do become your future leaders. Think about parenting now. Parents who raise confident, capable kids aren't the ones who do everything for them. They're the ones who gradually give age-appropriate responsibilities while consistently communicating their trust in their child's growth. They say, I trust you to make good decisions at the party. Or I'm counting on you to manage your homework schedule. It's responsibility paired with expressed confidence. The magic happens when people realize that someone they respect believes in their potential. That external trust becomes internal confidence, and internal confidence drives performance in ways external pressure never could. So, how do you actually implement this principle? First, match the responsibility to the person's readiness level. Washington was brilliant at this. He gave people challenges that stretched them without overwhelming them. Start with responsibilities they can handle. Second, make your trust explicit. Don't just assume they know you believe in them. Tell them, I'm giving you this role because I trust your judgment. I'm counting on you because I know you can handle this. Those words have power because they create accountability to live up to that trust. Third, provide support without micromanaging. Give them the resources, training, and access they need to succeed, but be resistant to the urge to constantly check in to take back control when things get challenging. Trust means letting them work through problems. Finally, celebrate their growth publicly. When someone rises to meet the responsibility you've given them, acknowledge it in front of others. This reinforces their confidence and shows everyone else that you're serious about developing people through trust and responsibility. Here's your challenge for the week. Identify someone in your sphere, a teammate, an employee, a student, a family member, who could benefit from increased responsibility paired with your expressed trust. Maybe it's giving a younger player a leadership role on the team. Maybe it's trusting an employee with a project that stretches their current abilities. Maybe it's giving your teenager more freedom to make decisions while expressing your trust. Whatever it is, be intentional about two things. First, clearly communicate the responsibility and your expectations. Second, explicitly express your trust in their ability to handle it well. Remember, you're not just delegating a task, you're investing in a person's development. You're giving them the gift of knowing that someone believes in their potential. As Booker T. Washington proved through his life, few things are more powerful than the combination of meaningful responsibility and expressed trust. It transforms not just performance, but identity. Listeners, we want to hear about your experiences with this. Who in your life could benefit from more responsibility paired with your trust? Share your commitment without naming names on X using the hashtag CareAgentsTrust. Let's celebrate the power of believing in others. Thanks for tuning in today. Remember, when you combine responsibility with belief, you don't just improve performance, you transform people. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and tune in next time as we explore the mental side of the game of life. I'm Bob Herb. Keep trusting, keep empowering, and keep believing in the potential of those around you.